too difficult.
No, but I've never done sports before.
Do you have your phone? I just want to pull up and make sure my audio is coming through on YouTube.
I'm just afraid I'm going to move it too much. You know,
It can be fine. Testing audio, 1, 2, 3. Testing audio, 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3 on the audio. Testing 1, 2, 3 on the audio.
you need tension on your nuts. Well, whatever. I'm going to try it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Carthage Middle School here in the seat of Hancock County, a Central Illinois Sports special presentation. Tonight we welcome you to the IUSA 7th grade Class 2A Sectional Championship Volleyball match featuring the home team on the scoreboard and on the floor, the Central Blue Girls and the visiting Unity Lady Colts. This is the pregame show brought to you tonight by Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Ferry, and Liberty. We're here to help you with your lending and personal banking needs. Our friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And we're also brought to you here tonight by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 and older with no appointments necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. My name is Brian Shoemaker. Welcome you here to the pregame show. The lovely, talented, and bursting with fruit flavor Diane Gordon-Kircher working the camera for us tonight. as we're here for an exciting wrap-up to the 2021 volleyball season for these two squads. Neither squad, win or lose, will get to play again, as IESA restrictions have prohibited a state tournament this year. Teams are allowed to play within their own EMS region, but due to that, they can't get enough teams gathered to host a state tournament. So that's why you're here tonight, with the sectional being the final round game for both of these teams. Both of these teams, respective regional champion winners, the Unity Lady Colts won last week, defeating Brown County 25-6, 25-13. A solid effort by the Unity Lady Colts in what may be one of their best matches all season against a Brown County team that really struggled right off the get-go. And the Carthage Blue Girls, a winner over Nauvoo Calusa 25-18, 25-18 in their respective regional championship. A game that saw them take on a Nauvoo Calusa squad that has battled some COVID-19 issues as of late. And the Carthage Blue Girls playing at home for the first time in quite a while. In the regionals, both higher seeds hosted matches. But for the setup for the sectionals, IESA says the even-numbered regionals will host, and that is why we are here at Carthage tonight. Once again, you're listening to the pregame show brought to you by Great Rivers Bank. If you're in the market for a new home loan, talk to the experts at Great Rivers Bank, locations in Barry, Pittsfield, and Liberty. We serve the entire region and beyond. Check out our online loan application at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Let's tell you a little bit about these two teams as we get ready. Let's introduce you first to the Carthage Blue Girls. 6-3 is their posted record on the season. Not many matches. That includes the two regional matches that were played. So 4-3 in the regular season. They have victories over Liberty, Camp Point, Nauvoo Calusa, and Hamilton. The three losses on the season come to a pair of regional winners, Southeastern, who's playing in a 1A sectional tonight, along with West Prairie out of Colchester. They're playing in a 2A sectional tonight, and Rushville Industry is their third loss. Danielle White, the head coach for this squad, Lauren Grunewald, the assistant. Let's introduce you to their full roster while we have just a little bit of time left in their warm-up. Kaylee Kerr is number 2. Kennedy Gunning is number 3. Gwen Houston is number 8. Jordan Finney is number 13. Lainey Housewright, is the main setter for this squad. She wears the number 14 jersey, along with Hattie Wood in the 17. The main hitter in the middle is Madison Hall. You'll see her start up in the middle in number 18, with Myra Shirey, number 28. She'll be in the back row. Victoria Reynolds comes in rotation later tonight. You'll see her in the 29 jersey, along with Cora Hanks in the 31. Ireland Murphy, which is just about as apropos a name as you could get here on St. Patrick's Day, wears number 34 for this squad. Corin Robinson likely seeing some starting time in the back row. She wears 35. Guadalupe Borunda is in the 37 jersey, and rounding out this jersey of all 7th graders is Carmen McElroy in the 38. We expect to see Kaylee Kerr in rotation. You'll see Kennedy Gunning and Gwen Houston in that back row to start out. Myra Shirey in the back row, Corin Robinson in the front row, and Lainey Housewright in front in the setter. Their time just about running out here. Carthage, with its history of a girls basketball program and as many female athletes, some great female athletes as they've had come through the school, yet to ever win a sectional in girls volleyball. They've had a couple of regional titles, most recently in 2019, where the 7th and 8th grade girls both won regionals. They would lose both sectional matches to Unity, and the 8th grade won a regional in 2018 before falling to Lewistown. 96 students here in grade 7 and 8 here in Carthage. Once again, Danielle White, the head coach for this squad. We got to watch this Carthage squad a couple of times online. They do not give up a lot of service errors. They are very good at getting the first pass and getting the set. Sometimes the attack has a little bit less to be desired, but they have some athletes on this squad, and it will be a lot of fun to watch them take on the Unity Lady Colts, who take their turn on the floor for 6-minute warm-ups now. 13-1 on the regular season. Seth Klusmeyer, the head coach for the 7th grade squad. Elise Speckart helping out as always on the 8th grade squad. 107 students in grades 7 and 8. Both of these schools on the higher end of a 2A enrollment. Class 2A for IESA contains students between 67 and 129 students for Class 2A. So both of these schools are a little bit higher on the enrollment scale. 13 sectionals, chasing number 14 here according to the IESA record books. Most recently, the Lady Colts won regionals in 2019, where the 7th and 8th grade both went to state. Of course, that very talented 7th grade squad brought home a state trophy, and the 8th grade squad, with many of those 7th graders, combined to bring home a 3rd place trophy. No postseason last year for any of these teams as COVID-19 was just hitting us in the world. But of course, we believed that that 8th grade squad was very likely to bring home another trophy in the state tournament. Regular season wins for the community squad come against the following: Western, Hamilton, Pittsfield, 2 wins against Camp Point Central, a win over the Hart Dallas City Eagles, a win against Brown County, Payson Seymour, Rushville Industry, Nauvoo Calusa, and the signature win of the season for this Lady Colts squad, a 3-set win in exciting fashion over Quincy Catholic just about 2 weeks ago. The only loss on the season so far for the Lady Colts squad was a loss to Quincy Junior High. That match also going 3 sets. The Lady Colts losing matches sets 1 and 3, there on the season. Regional semifinal, they defeated Western 25-19, 25-12 in a match that really saw the Lady Colts really have one of their only mental letdowns we've had on the season. In game number 1, rallied to get things tightened up in game 2 and finish it up in quick fashion. And as we told you earlier a little bit ago, really didn't have a lot of trouble with Brown County in the regional championship, 25-6, 25-13, one of the best all-around efforts we've seen from this squad all season long. Let's introduce you to the team as we've got about 3.5 minutes before game time starts here tonight. Sailor Berry will be up in the front row, a talented all-around athlete with the white hair, wearing number 1 right up against the net right now. Mia Lopez wears number 2. You'll see her in the starting rotation as well up front, along with Alicia Kramer on the near side here on the camera. She wears number 4. Avery Emmerich is a very talented, very athletic little 6th grader who we've seen get some more playing time as the season has drawn on here for the UD Lady Colts. She wears number 6, along with Chloe Curley in the number 10 jersey. You'll see Sadie Shoemaker in the 11 come in early rotation. Serving and in the back row will be the number 11 in the white headband for the Lady Colts. Tegan Campbell is a 6th grader on this roster. She wears number 12, along with Jillian Schaefer, who wears number 14. You should expect to see Morgan Voss in rotation at some point tonight. She'll be in the 15 jersey, along with Riley Epker in the 16. Ari Bueller is one of the talented hitters and attackers and all-around athletes on this Lady Colts squad. She wears the number 17 jersey. You should expect to see her as the first server tonight for the Lady Colts, as they'll be getting the first serve this evening. Addie Bodorf is a 6th grader who wears the 22. Addison Stilker, a talented and up-and-coming pitcher for the Lady Colts softball team, is on the roster here. She wears the number 26. Peyton Earhart, the tall, all-around athlete for the Unity Lady Colts, one of the main setters on this squad, very athletic, able to make some plays happen that you don't expect. She'll be wearing the 27 jersey tonight, along with Abigail Hildebrand in the 32, Rebecca Hibbert in the 33, and the main attacker in the black headband and black mask tonight for the Unity Lady Colts is Cody Duke in the 34. A lot of improvement out of Cody Duke this season. The main attacker last year has done some club work this off-season and in the winter, and has really improved and has become the cornerstone of this Lady Colts offense for a team that's 13-1 and trying to hopefully wrap up their season on a win with a sectional title for Seth Kliesmeyer and their school here tonight. Once again, you're watching the pregame show here by Great Rivers Bank. Locations in Pittsfield, Barry, and Liberty, here to help you with lending and personal banking needs. Our friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And of course, we remind you about Central Illinois Sports. That's what you're watching right now. Proud to bring you games all around the Western Illinois area. Visit us at centralillinoisports.com to see the latest schedule of broadcasts. And of course, if you're new to our YouTube page, give us a subscribe. We'd like to have you here for more games in the future. Jack, Charlie, John Hull, myself calling games all around the area. We are now out of basketball, of course, and Charlie just called a high school volleyball match last night. Football begins this Friday. I know there are matches everywhere. Football getting going. We hope you are able to support these kids in one way or the other. One more minute before what we anticipate will be the national anthem. And while we get ready, let's tell you about Real Net and Twine, just located north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Real Net and Twine is your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, and so much more. Stop by and see Real Net and Twine or call 217-285-5013 for Real Net and Twine. Once again, my name is Brian Shoemaker, thanking you for joining us here on an early start to a sectional championship, 5:30. Scheduled first serve here. We may be just a minute or two ahead of that, depending on how long the national anthem is. You placed your prop bets tonight. For the long version, you just might be in the good odds. Once again, Unity Lady Colts wrapping up their warm-up here. Carthage Blue Girls seated and ready to rock and roll. Somebody's finishing the season with a win, and somebody will wrap up with a loss, but it's nice for both of these teams to get to experience this type of postseason environment as they'll prepare for their 8th grade seasons next year. We're going to take just a quick break here as we anticipate the national anthem. We'll go silent for that and any starting introductions they may have, and we'll get ready for the sectional championship between Unity and Carthage. We hope you were able to hear that rendition. Somebody sang it. We're not sure. Our prep team didn't do a good enough job of getting all the notes compiled before tonight's broadcast, but a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. We are ready to bring you sectional volleyball here. 7th grade Class 2A for IESA. Last game of the season for both of these teams. If you are watching along on our YouTube feed tonight, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Happy to see Sadie Shoemaker's grandparents watching from all the way in Great Point Beach, Florida, where it is a lot warmer and a lot less wet than it is here. We drove up in a monsoon and most likely driving back on the arc to get back to Unity and Adams County later tonight. Both teams get set. Ari Bueller will start off the serve here tonight for Unity. Best of 3 to 25. Teams will not switch sides. And here we go as the match begins. Set 1 of possibly 3 here for the sectional title. Bueller gets over. Tough play off the back hands of Robinson. That's going to be a point for the Lady Colts. 1-0 here early on the trash screen scoreboard. Ari Bueller, the talented server here for the Lady Colts squad. Bueller pops it over, drops it, and it's going to go wide to the left. That'll be a 1-1 here in the early going. Number 29. And off the 35, that's going to be Karen Robinson. She'll get the serve first here tonight for Carthage. Robinson with the serve over. Earhart gets it to Vogt. He's going to go to Barry. Free ball over for Carthage. Gets picked up by number 8. That's Quentin Houston. Set up by Housewright. And knocked over, but the Lady Colts pick it up. Barry sets it up for Duke. Duke hammers in the back row. Houston picks it up. Over to the other side. That's a hit. A hard hammer hit by number 3. Kennedy Gunnett. Duke picks it back up. A nice back and forth here early. Duke gets it again. He's not going to get enough elevation. That ball's going to go into the net. That's a point for Carthage, 2-1. Nice volley back and forth by both teams here early. Robinson with her second serve. Earhart picks it up in the back row. Here comes Barry, sets Duke again. Duke gets up, slams into the back row. It gets picked up almost off of that roof. Duke to Barry. Barry with a free ball back over to the Carthage side. They have trouble picking that up. Number 29 is Victoria Reynolds, who had trouble with that. Here comes Sadie Shoemaker. She'll check in for Alicia Kramer. Shoemaker to serve. 2 serving 2 here in game number 1. Underhand serve into the back row. Picked up by Robinson. Robinson, a tip drill by Outside. She knocks into the back row in the open space. Point Carthage. It's 3-2 here in game one. A nice play by the talented setter, Laney Housewright, for the Carthage squad. 3 serving 2. It's number 18, Madison Hall, serving here for the Blue Girls. Underhand served over into the front row. Duke picks it up. Barry with the set. Cody Duke hammers in the back row. That's going to be picked up easily by Hall. Housewright sets it up again for number 3, Kennedy Gunning. And that's going to go off the rip. Earhart was able to get her hands underneath, but they went too high. 4-2 Carthage here in game number 1. Hall underhands over. Low line serve to Barry. Barry sets it up for Duke. Duke gets it up. Nice pickup in the back row by 29 Victoria Reynolds. They try to 3-ball it out. It's going to go over the net and out of bounds. 3 serving 4 here. It's Sailor Barry picks up the serve for Menden Unity. Barry underhands. It's going to go far. That's going to go into the bleachers. Off the hands of Corin Robinson, who was able to get underneath it. Went off her hands and went far right out of bounds. 4-4 here in game number 1 on the track team scoreboard. Barry up and over on a high serve. Hall picks it up. Housewright. Back to Gunning. Gunning picks it over, and nobody there to pick it up for Unity. Kennedy Gunning able to pick up a couple of early kills here, and it's 5 serving 4. Carthage with the lead in game 1. That's number 14, Laney Housewright, up to serve here for the Blue Girls. Laney with a nice overhand serve. And they're going to say that went off the arms of Sadie Shoemaker in the back row. She tried to reach out for it. That ball looked to be going out of bounds. It'll be 6-4. As Seth Pleasmeyer reminds her to let that one go. Up and over, nice big Shoemaker gets underneath it, but it's going to go out of bounds. A nice serve by Housewright. Sadie Shoemaker tried to get underneath it, went out of bounds. Now 7-4. Carthage with the lead. Harry Bueller gets underneath it. That one went out of bounds too. And now the Lady Colts not going to get it picked up here. It is 8-4 here in game number 1. Kaylee Kerr came in rotation just a little bit ago for Victoria Reynolds. We failed to catch that substitution as Laney Housewright continues to serve here for Unity. Harry Bueller got underneath the serve, couldn't get a hold of it and get it up in the air. It's 9-4, and Seth Pleasmeyer is going to take a timeout. 1 minute timeout here in game number 1 of possibly 3 tonight in the sectional championship. Carthage leads Menden Unity 9-4. And as we're on the timeout break, we want to tell you about our good friends over at Geared Up Custom Apparel and Awards. If you need business, organization needs customized apparel from t-shirts and sweatshirts to polos and jackets, Geared Up has the gear you need. Visit WeGearYouUp.com or call 217-473-6290 to learn more. That is Geared Up Custom Apparel and Awards. Go tell our good friend Charlie and Jack that the shoes sing. 9 serving 4s will get ready to come out of the timeout here in game number 1, the sectional championship. Some really solid serving. We told you before the match started that Carthage really did not service errors happen on this squad. They've got some talented overhand servers. The Lady Colts are going to have to figure things out in the back row to get these passes up and get back into this as Laney Housewright continues to serve for Carthage. Housewright over, it's going to get Mia Lopez picks it up. Sadie Shoemaker with the set. Earhart's going to give him a free ball into the back row. Housewright to number 13, that's Jordan Finney. Hall tries to hit it over, and Mia Lopez gets it up. Earhart sets Duke. Duke puts in the back row. Housewright picks it up. Free ball for the Lady Colts. Duke's going to set up Earhart. Earhart hits it hard one time into the back row, but Housewright with no trouble there. High into the back row as Harry Bueller sets it up to Peyton on a tight run. And now Duke's going to get her first kill of the match, and it's going to be 5-9. Lady Colts finally get some offense going, and Duke, number 34, will pick up the serve here for the Lady Colts, trailing by 4. Up and over, Duke hammers it in the middle of the court. That's picked up by number 35, Corin Robinson. Free ball back over to the Lady Colts. Here comes Ari Bueller on the attack. Back to Hall. She hits it up with no problem. To Housewright. Free ball over for the Lady Colts. Sailor Barry picks it up. Oh, a tough run by Earhart. They're going to have to hammer it over. Barry picks it back up. Right into some open space. Nowhere to go for Carthage. And a point for Unity on what looked to be a little bit of a dangerous run there. 6 serving 9. Duke continues to serve. Cody Duke up and over, almost into the net. No problem there. Carthage handles it. Cody Duke picks it up in the back row. Tight set for Earhart. Bueller tips it back over. Here comes the play for Carthage to Gunning. Gunning is going to hammer it down. Cody Shoemaker not able to get it in time as it went straight down the line. 10 serving 6 here in game number 1. Gunning is going to serve now for Carthage. Her team up by 4 in the first game here tonight in the sectional championship. Up and over to Sailor Berry. To Lopez. She'll set. Berry with a back row free ball. That's picked up by Gunning. Gunning to Housewright. They're going to have to tip it over to Hall. Lopez gets it up. Here comes a set from Earhart to Ari Bueller. Free ball back to Carthage. Housewright sets it up for Corin Robinson. Tipped off Bueller's hands to Berry. Bueller gets a free tip. We're just a little tip game right now here going for this next point. A tough throw. Housewright just pushes it into the back row. Cody Duke had a little bit of trouble handling it. It goes out of bounds. Now 11-6. Carthage with a 5-point lead here in game number 1. Kennedy Gunning with a rare service error for the Blue Girls. That'll be point Unity. And you're going to see Morgan Voss come in, number 15, checking in for the Lady Colts lineup. She'll take the place of Mia Lopez. Alicia Kramer is going to come back in, and Sadie Shoemaker will take a seat. Number 15, Morgan Voss for the serve. Her team trailing 7-11 here in game 1. Up and over, and that's going to hit that low-lying ceiling here at Carthage. Of course, if you're familiar with the rules of volleyball, if it hits those roof structures and then makes its way over the net, that's a serve loss of point. And it is a low-lying ceiling here at Carthage. Gwen Houston on the serve for the Blue Girls. Picked up by Duke. Duke to Bueller in the front row. It's going to be an attack for Earhart. She one-hands it over to Houston. Houston to Housewright. Housewright to Hall, and that one's going to go just out of bounds, the officials say. Point for the Lady Colts. 8 serving 12. As Peyton Earhart's going to get the serve here for Unity. That one just a little bit wide. If the lines were painted a couple of inches thicker, it had been a point for Carthage. Housewright sets it up. Hall's going to be tight against the net and free ball over for the Lady Colts. Berry sets up. Here comes Bueller. Bueller into the back row, and that's going to be a ball in. A kill for Bueller, a point for the Lady Colts. It's 9-12. And to remind you about the Trash Queen, serving Pike Adams, Scott Morgan, and residential commercial roll-off services. Get your roll-off containers at 217-320-4320 for the Trash Queen. Corin Robinson free balls it back over for the Lady Colts. It's a tip battle here at the net. Lady Colts get it back over. Morgan Voss to Barrett. Here comes Bueller on the attack. Into the middle of the picked up by Gunning. Cody's having trouble with it. Alicia Kramer tries to shut it down. Can't get it done. Another point for the Blue Girls. Checking in for Carthage, that's going to be number 29, Victoria Reynolds. She'll sit down number 13, Jordan Finney. As Reynolds comes to serve, her team leading 13-9 here on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Up and over to Morgan Voss on the ball. Set to Berry. Here comes Alicia Kramer. Kramer has to go a lot of muscle into that one to get it up and over, and it goes out of bounds. 14-9. Seth Hazemeyer cheering his Unity squad on here in game number 1. Up and over, a low liar, and Morgan Voss and Alicia Kramer had a little bit of communication error there. Neither one knew who was going to take it. It drops right between the both of them. It's 15-9 here. Voss with the pass. Here comes Berry to set. Kramer up. It's real tight against the net. She's got trouble handling it. That pass just came a little too tight to that for Kramer to handle, and now he's going to put Sadie Shoemaker back in for Kramer. Sadie normally just in the back row rotation. They'll put her up front as Sailor Berry directs the troops. First pass, Berry gets it up to Bueller. Bueller has trouble on the side to come through. Just not the normal Lady Colts squad we normally see here. There's a 17-9 lead for the Carthage Blue Girls here on a timeout taken by Unity on the Trash Queen scoreboard. I want to remind you about Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. If you make your way down to Pike County, Bowlers Universe is open Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and on Saturdays from 4 to midnight, offering many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of their delicious craft adult drinks as well. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowlers Universe, way on the west end of Pittsfield. 30 seconds left here in the timeout, and really just one of the biggest challenges we've seen so far for this Lady Colts squad. As we told you, this Carthage team does not give up a lot of service errors. They are able to handle the attack right now from the Lady Colts in the back row and really setting themselves up for some success. We'll see if the Lady Colts are able to pick things back up here as it's 17-9 will come out of the timeout. Continuing to serve, that's number 29, Victoria Reynolds for Carthage. Clock resets to a minute, and we're back to live action. Up and over, floats into the front row. Sadie Shoemaker with the pass set by Barry, way up into the front of the net. Mueller had a little bit of trouble, tipped it over. Housewright with the set for Hall. Hall gets it over to Morgan. Morgan up to Barry. Here comes Bueller again. Bueller is in the back row, and she's going to get a kill. That'll be a point. Lady Colts, a much-needed point. It is 10-17 as Bueller will pick the serve back up, hoping to put a run of points together for the Lady Colts. Bueller to Hall. Hall gets it to Robinson, who free balls it back over. Sadie Shoemaker tips it. Here comes Cody Duke, tries to one-hand attack it. She gets it over. Corin Robinson's going to have to tip. Shoemaker with the pass. Duke with the set. It's going to be an attack for Sadie Shoemaker, a rare attack for Sadie Shoemaker as she gets into the back row. Hall back over to Earhart. Barry with the set. Here comes Duke in the back row attack. Gets it over, but this Carthage team is not afraid of anything right now. Earhart had a little bit of hesitation, and that's going to cause an error, and it's going to be another point for the Blue Girls. 18-10. As Corin Robinson comes up to serve here for the Blue Girls. Up and over to the middle. That's going to be Earhart on the pass to Morgan. Morgan Voss to Barry. She'll get it a 3-ball over. It's going to be a free ball for the Blue Girls. Sets it up for Gunning. Gunning back to Earhart to Barry. Cody Duke picks it up. She sends it into the back row and a pick up by Corin Robinson. Blue Girls not afraid as Hall sends one to the back row. Ari Bueller gets it. Sailor Barry tries to play one over. She's not going to get it. A flip over by Housewright. Sadie Shoemaker tried to pick it up. Got it a little, just not enough juice on it. And that's going to be a point, 19-10. Blue Girls can see the win here in game number 1 on the horizon. Up and over to Morgan. Morgan off the ceiling to Sailor Barry. Cody Duke gets set up. She tips it over, slips right over the front of the net. Blue Girls are rare doing miscommunication right now, and that'll be a point as Duke will get the kill. Mia Lopez is going to check back in for Morgan Voss, 2 for 15, as Sadie Shoemaker comes up to serve for the Lady Colts. 8-point deficit for Unity here in game 1. Shoemaker sends it over. Housewright. Hall. Hall spikes it over. Oh, it's a diving play by Ari Bueller. She's not going to be able to pick it up. It goes out of bounds, 20-11. 5 points left here in game number 1 for the Carthage Blue Girls. Ireland Murphy's going to check in. The St. Patrick's Day name checks in for number 8, Glenn Houston, as Madison Hall serves for Carthage. Carthage picks it up. Barry tried to get it picked up. Cody Duke was up on a battle with the net, and they say number 3, Kennedy Gunning, was into the net for Carthage. That'll be a point for the Lady Colts. Now they trail 12-20. Here comes Sailor Barry on this one. Barry sends it to Corin Robinson in the back row. Housewright able to pick it up, and it's going to be a free ball for Unity. Earhart with the set. Duke on the attack. Sends it in the back row. She's going to find the open corner. Point for Unity. It's 13-20. Do the Lady Colts have one last run to try and close this up and make a game of it here in the first game? That's what we're trying to find out as they trail 13-20. Barry sends it to the back row to Robinson. Robinson to Housewright. Housewright to Kennedy. She hits it over a nice attack into that ceiling, and here comes Cody Duke. She's going to have to free it over to Carthage, to Housewright. To Kennedy Gunning. Hits in the back row. Sailor Barry just able to barely pick it up. Laney Housewright, tried to play that one over on a little tip curl. Sailed out of bounds. Point Unity 14-20. Barry continues the serve. Right back to the middle to Robinson. To Housewright. Kennedy Gunning on a battle with Duke. She gets it back. Now Mia Lopez on the set. Peyton Earhart pushes it over to Ireland Murphy. They've got trouble getting it back over the net. That's a point Unity. 15-20. Lady Colts stringing together some points. Kaylee Kerr steps in for number 34, Ireland Murphy. Kerr up in the front row as Sailor Barry continues to serve for the Lady Colts. Up and over, and that one looked like it was going to go out of bounds. Carthage tried to make a play on it, and it goes into the stage area. 16-20. Barry up and over. Sails to the left. Picked up by Gunning. Back to House right to Gunning. Gunning gets it to Bueller. Bueller's going to set it up to Earhart. Near the back line for Cody Duke. And who's going to pick this up? Sailor Barry. Back to Earhart. Duke again on the attack. Picked up by Madison Hall. Gunning on the attack again for Carthage. Picked up by Sailor Barry. Set for Duke one more time into the back row. And that's going to fall down right on the back of the line. That'll be a point Unity. It's 17-20. And now the Blue Girls want a timeout. Here on the Trash Queen scoreboard in game number 1, it is the Unity Lady Colts trailing 17-20 with the serve against Carthage. As we've reached the timeout, we want to tell you about one of our sponsors here tonight, Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank, here to help you with your auto, residential, and commercial loan needs. Give Damon a call at 285-4404. And of course, that's 217 because now you have to add your area code to all those calls on your cell phone. So don't forget 217-285-4404 if you're going to give Damon a call. And of course, we also want to tell you about 3D Leasing and LSSD Trucking, 217-285-2808. Trucking for all your needs. See the Dunham Boys and their professional team at LSSD Trucking and 3D Leasing. A string of points here by the Lady Colts has tightened thing up in game number 1. It's 17-20. As Sailor Barry continues to serve here for the Lady Colts. Up and over to Hall. Hall had trouble on that one. They're going to say that's a lift, but she couldn't get her hands underneath it. And that'll be a point, 18-20. Unity has put together a string of points, and now we've got a game here in game number 1. Up and over. Just almost hits the ceiling. That's going to sail about a foot and a half out of bounds. Point for Carthage, 21-18. It's Laney Housewright, messing that up. Laney Housewright on the serve here for the Blue Girls. Housewright up and over, just underneath Sailor. Shoemaker able to get it up. A tough little play for the Unity Lady Colts, but they get it back over. Here comes Carthage to Gunning. Gunning takes it over. Barry gets it, sets it up for Duke. Duke in the back row, off the ceiling. Housewright was able to get the big. It goes up into the lights and right back down. Point Unity. It's 19-21 with Cody Duke coming up to serve here for the Lady Colts. A heck of a little serve and save there. Sadie Shoemaker and Peyton Earhart able to play that off the net, and that's going to be just short for Cody Duke. Tough point to raise there for Unity. It's 22-19 as Kennedy Gunning comes up to serve here for Carthage. Her team up by 3. Into the back row to Barry. Earhart sets for Bueller. Bueller attacks into the back row. No problem for Hall. To Housewright. Who's going to play that over? It's going to be Kaylee Kerr. It's a tight play for Bueller. Bueller tiptoeing on the line. She's able to get it over the Lady Blue Girls. We'll get it right one way or the other here tonight. As things are getting fast and hectic. 20-22 as Morgan Voss comes in for Mia Lopez and Alicia Kramer comes in for Sadie Shoemaker. Voss serving. Unity trails 20-22 here in game 1. Up and over for Voss. Set. Gunning just has to push it over to Cody Duke. Earhart on the set. Here comes Bueller. Bueller tips it over. It bounces off the tape and down, straight down off the hands of the Blue Girls in the front row. It's 21-22. Morgan Voss continuing to serve here for Unity in game 1. Up and over goes Voss, and that's going to sail to the right and out of bounds. 2 critical service errors here for the Unity Lady Colts as the points are waning away. And it's 23-21 with number 8, Lynn Houston, coming back in to serve for Carthage. Overhand serve to Duke. Duke gets it up to Earhart. To Bueller on the attack. Bueller into the back row. And that's going to go into the net. Houston was able to get her hands underneath and dig it up to the front row, but it sailed into the net and on the ground. It's 22-23 with Peyton Earhart coming up with a critical serve for Unity. Up and over to Robinson. Housewright to Hall. Hall gets it to Duke. Barry sets it up for Bueller. Housewright is able to get a hand on it. Smacked into the back row from Houston. What a hit in the back row. Bueller to Housewright. Housewright's going to get picked up by Jordan Finney. And that's going to be an attack try by Kennedy Gunning. It sails into the net from the back row. It is tied at 23. Here we go. Crucial points in game number 1. And Carthage is going to call a timeout. Game 1 on the Trash Queen scoreboard. We are tied. Carthage 23, Unity 23 as the 1-minute timeout goes on. We want to remind you about Carnes Communications, your local U.S. cellular location in Pittsfield has the phones and accessories with personalized service that you need. Stop by the corner of Washington and Jackson in Pittsfield or call 217-285-5400 for Carnes Communication in Pittsfield. Reminder that Illini Express is here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. every Monday to Saturday. Illini Express sees patients 18 months and older with no appointments necessary. Learn about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. We are tied at 23 as we're coming out of the timeout break here on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Peyton Earhart continuing to serve here for Unity. You must win by 2. And the serve up and over, just over the top of the net. It's off the ceiling, and that's going to be a point for Unity. Game here, and game number 1 is that dig by Robinson, went up off the ceiling and over, and it's going to be a point. Game point for Minden. Earhart into the back row, picked up by Gunning. Housewright gets it back. It's going to be a tip over for Gunning to Sailor Berry. Bueller sets up Berry. Berry hammers it down. It's dug out by Houston. Houston over to Hall. To Morgenglass, excuse me. Here comes Bueller. Bueller hammers it down, and that's going to go out of bounds. Unity rallies from a 12-20 deficit in game number 1 to win 25-23 here in game number 1. Unity will take a 1-0 lead as we've got a 3-minute timeout here. We want to remind you about financial investments because they're so important as we get a little bit older in our lives, and the investments of time, patience, and encouragement for our young athletes received from their coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors is vitally important, and that's why Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this and is a proud sponsor of this game here on Central Illinois Sports. We also want to tell you about the Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield, a proud supporter of many community organizations across the region and activities during those cold winter months. And hey, we've got a cold one tonight, cold and wet. Moose Lodge 420 has their coat rack just in front of their building. Need a coat? Take one. If you've got one to give, drop it off too. No questions asked. Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield, always encouraging you to stay warm and keep others warm in the process. And of course, Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offering quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, and anything with concrete. Waters Concrete is ready to serve you. Give him a call at 309-252-1052 for Waters Concrete. Once again, Brian Shoemaker, Diane Bordenperch are here working the camera for us tonight on Central Illinois Sports. From Carthage Middle School for the 7-2-8 Sectional Volleyball Championship. Unity rallies from a 20-12 deficit in game number 1 to take it 25-23 as both teams reset. We don't see any changes in the starting lineup for either team as we get ready to rock and roll here in game number 2. Officials checking things out. As we do that, we want to remind you about Real Net and Twine, just located north of Pittsfield. Give them a call at 217-285-5013 for lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, and so much more as we get ready to go here in game number 2. Victoria Reynolds will serve first for the Blue Girls. Up and over, picked up by Alicia Kramer. To Barry. It's going to be a play over for Bueller. She free balls it back over for the Blue Girls. Housewright with the serve. Over to Corin Robinson on the attack. Mia Lopez able to pick it up to Barry. Barry to Bueller. Bueller hammers it down. That's going to go off the hands of Victoria Reynolds and out of bounds. Point Unity. And now Bueller will come right back to serve. Up and over. What a hit by Bueller, and that's going to be a great serve and an ace as it goes off the hands of number 18, Madison Hall. She couldn't handle it. Went out of bounds 2-0 here early on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Up and over. Oh, trouble on that play by Gwen Houston. Another ace for the Lady Colts, and now it's 3-0. Bueller gets the ball back. 2 quick aces. Wow, what another serve from Bueller, just over the tape. For Sailor Berry. Berry to do, she's going to have to tip it over. It's going to be picked up by Victoria Reynolds to Housewright. To Hall, she'll have to free it over back for Unity. Picked up by Mia Lopez to Berry. Here comes Cody Deep. A chicken wing try by Houston as they had a little bit of trouble returning that one. And it's going to be a point Unity. Lady Colts up 4-0 here early in game number 2. Lady Colts have not really got Cody Duke set exactly how they'd like to tonight. Looked almost flawless in the game against Brown County. Alicia Kramer on the pass to Sailor Berry. Berry to Duke. Duke hammers it down to the back row. Dug back over. Here comes Berry on the attack, and she's going to get too much gas behind it, and that one's going to go out of bounds. First point of the match, for the game, the set here for Carthage, and now they'll go with Corin Robinson serving for Carthage, trailing 1-4. Robinson with a nice dive ball back over the net, picked up by Mia Lopez to Berry. Cody Duke's going to attack, and that one's going to drop right in the middle of all 6 of the Carthage defense. Kill for Duke, point Lady Colts, and now Sadie Shoemaker will check in, number 11, checking out for Alicia Kramer. As Shoemaker will pick up the serve here, her team leading 5-1. Number 28, Maya Shirley is going to check in. She'll check in for Reynolds on the Carthage side. Sadie Shoemaker drops one on the right side. Picked up by Gunning. Gunning on the attack into the back row. Picked up by Shoemaker. To Berry. Here comes Duke on the attack. Hits it over to Shirey. She picks it up. It's going to be a free ball over from Housewright. Duke picks it up to Berry. Here comes Cody Duke one more time, and she can't get underneath it. Puts it into the net, and that's going to be a point Carthage. Seth Klesmeyer says, just hit it. That's what she's done all season, just hit it hard. Madison Hall coming up on the serve for Carthage. Up and over with the underhand. Sadie Shoemaker picks it up a little close to that for Berry. Berry to Duke, and Duke has trouble twice in a row here. Normally these serves and sets for Duke are usually a lot closer to the net, just not really in a rhythm getting 34 set up tonight. 3 serving 5 as the ball comes over to Cody Duke. Here comes Berry trying to set it up. That's a lot more like it. And that one's going to go straight down from Cody Duke. A kill for number 34. And the Lady Colts lead 6-3 here in game number 2. Sailor Berry coming up to serve here for Mendy. Low line serve. That one didn't get over the tape, and it's going to go fall on the Lady Colts side, 4-6. As Lainey Housewright will take the serve for the Blue Girls. Checking in for Carthage is number 13. That's Jordan Finney. She'll sit down number 28, Myra Shirey. We hope we're pronouncing that name correctly. Housewright with that nice overhand serve. Sadie Shoemaker can't get her hands underneath it. Seth Klesmeyer says you either got to get back or get out of the way. And that's going to be a point, 5-6 here at Carthage. Hayden Earhart able to get it back over to the Carthage side, and that's trouble for Hall. A lip as that one just got a little too high up on the forearms, and that's a point for the Lady Colts. 7-5 here as Cody Duke will pick up the serve. The talented front row attacker for the Lady Colts trying to pick up her team here in game 2. Up and over. That's going to be way off the hands of Corin Robinson and go all the way out of bounds. An ace for Duke, and that's 8-5 Lady Colts. Up and over. That one falls to the middle to Corin Robinson. Housewright on the set. Here comes number 13 on the attack. That's Jordan Finney, and that one's going to sail just out of bounds, the officials say. Point Unity, and it's 9-5 here in game 2. Ari Bueller, Peyton Earhart, Mia Lopez, Cody Duke, Sailor Berry, Sadie Shoemaker on the court now for the Lady Colts. Duke hits that one up, and it's just not going to get the distance. Another service error for the Lady Colts, as they've had some service errors come in critical times tonight. 6-9. Kennedy Gunning takes the serve here for the Blue Girls. And that one's going to fall just short. Everyone yelled out on the Unity side. Mia Lopez listened to it, and that one fell just in. This gym is a little smaller in dimension than we're used to seeing. Low ceilings, not a lot of baseline distance to play back on. Sadie Shoemaker with a pass over to Earhart. Up to Ari Bueller in the front row. She's going to send one. That one's going to go far out of bounds. That's a point Carthage. The Blue Girls have fought back here. It's 8-9 here in game number 2 as Kennedy Gunning continues to serve for Carthage. Up and over. Mia Lopez sends it in the back row. Sailor Berry's got to pick it up, and now it's going to be a free ball from Ari Bueller. Housewright has trouble off the arm of Kennedy Gunning, and they're able to save it. Up to Earhart for the set. Bueller into the back row. Up off the ceiling. What a play by Jordan Finney. wasn't able to get it up underneath there on a play that they could get it set back over the net. And it's going to be a point for the Lady Colts. Mia Lopez sits down. Morgan Voss comes in. Alicia Kramer comes back in. Sadie Shoemaker sits down for the Lady Colts, and Voss is going to get the serve. Her team leading 10-8 here on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Housewright with the set here from Corin Robson. She tries to attack over, can't get it above the tape, and it's going to be another point, Lady Colts. Voss continues to serve up and over into the back row. That's to Hall. Hall to Housewright. She plays it over, and that's going to go out of bounds. Housewright tried to sneak one by, and it just sails left out of bounds. Another point for the Lady Colts, and they're up 12-8 now in game number 2. Voss up and over. Into the back row, that's Kennedy Gunning to Housewright. Corin Robinson has to free it over. Voss will pick that up to Peyton Earhart on the serve. Here comes Bueller. Bueller in the back row, and it's going to go out of bounds. This attack by the Lady Colts has just not been very solid. Not a lot of rhythm tonight. As it's 12, as number 8, Gwen Houston comes in for the Blue Girls to serve. She'll sit down, what I think was number 2, Kaylee Kerr. Up and over to Bueller. Bueller to Earhart. To Bueller of the attack. Gunning picks it up. Housewright tried to play it up. Tried to get that set. Just couldn't get it where it needed to be. It fell right against the net. It's now 13-9 as Earhart continues to serve for the Lady Colts. Up and over is Earhart. Earhart to Robinson. That's going to be right up in the net, a battle, and they're going to say that's a point for Unity as Bueller and Housewright were right up there, nose to nose on the tape. And they're going to give that on an error on the Carthage side. Point Unity. Earhart with another service error. Service error is just really coming at the most inopportune times for the Lady Colts tonight, as it's a point Carthage, and it'll be 10 serving 14. As Victoria Reynolds comes in for number 13, Jordan Porter. Number 29, Victoria Reynolds up to serve for the Blue Girls. Up and over. Goes off Alicia Kramer's hands as that one sailed right over the tape and straight down. Alicia wasn't able to get underneath it. And it's 11-14. Seth Kuzmeyer urging the Unity team on here as they're just a few points away maybe from a section. Up and over to Bueller. Bueller's going to get buried. Here comes Kramer to the attack. Another battle at the net there between Bueller and Housewright. Housewright was able to get the best of that one as it falls short for the Unity side. 12-14 now as Reynolds serves here in game 2 for the Blue Girls. Up and over, it falls short to Duke. Duke to Kramer. To Bueller. Free ball over. Reynolds picked it up. Housewright tips it over to Cody Duke. Duke to Barry, and it's going to be Kramer on the attack. Kramer into the back row to Houston. Houston sends it back over. Nobody paying attention on the Unity side, and it's going to be another point for the Blue Girls. 13-14. Rallied back here. The Colts did it in game 1. Can the Blue Girls do it here in game 2? Up and over, and that one's going to fall just short to Cody Duke. To Barry. Bueller. And what a play. A little bit of luck fell on the way of Unity as Bueller thought Kramer was going to take it. Kramer just at the last second gets it over, and it just happens to tickle over the tape and fall. It's 15-13 as Bueller serves it over to Hall. Housewright tips it up. Kramer is able to pick it up to Duke. Here comes Sailor Barry in the attack. Sends it to the back row. Houston can't get underneath for the dig, and it's going to be a point Unity. 16-13. What had just crawled into a 1-point deficit. The Lady Colts get 2 points back. Number 28, Myra Shirley comes to check in for Victoria Reynolds as Ari Bueller comes up to serve here for Unity. Over to Houston. Houston to Housewright. Hall on the attack over. Goes to Earhart. Earhart to Barry on the set for Cody Duke. Cody Duke sends into the back row, picked up by Houston. Hall on the attack again in the back row. Peyton Earhart, no trouble with that one. Up to Duke. Duke hammers it down. And that was going to go out of bounds. Houston was able to get underneath it and get the dig, but it sailed out of bounds. And you can see what happens on this Unity squad when they're able to get Cody Duke set where she needs to be. That attack is a lot more solid. Up and down for Cody Duke, and she's going to get that one right off that hammer. Kill for Duke, 18-13. Ari Bueller continues to serve. It's a 5-point lead for the Lady Colts. Up and over. That one's going to sail just out of bounds by about a foot. That'll be a point for Carthage. 14-18. Lady Blue Girls coming up here to serve. It's number 35, Corin Robinson. Robinson up and over. Peyton Earhart has to send it back down. Duke's going to try and get underneath it. And here comes Kennedy. Kennedy good with a big hammer and a pickup by Earhart. Here comes Duke one more time, and they're able to get the block. Hall and Gunning able to get the block on Duke that time. It'll be a point. Carthage, it's 15, serving 18. Up and over. Picked up by Earhart. She's got some trouble there trying to receive that one. Thought she had the depth perception on it, and it'll be a timeout. Unity. On the 12-screen scoreboard, the Lady Colts lead 18-16 over Carthage here in game number 2. As we go to a break, we want to remind you about Central Illinois sports that you're watching tonight. Proud to bring you all the games of all the sports here in Western Illinois, especially during these COVID-19 restricted times. Check out centralillinoisports.com to see the latest schedule of broadcasts. And, of course, give us a subscribe on that YouTube page if you're new to our channel here tonight. Football starting up on Friday. Charlie, Jack, and the gang will be having games across the area beginning Friday in a shortened spring football season. Who would have thought we'd ever say the words spring football here in Illinois? And, of course, our friends at Pike County Concrete. When you need concrete for your next job, give Pike County Concrete a call, 217-285-5548. Pittsfield and Jacksonville locations for Pike County Concrete. Returning to game action here, it's 16 serving 18. Carthage with the serve. Corin Robinson with the ball here in the hands for the Blue Girls. Her team trails by 2. Up and over, Morgan Voss with the pass to Berry, to Duke. Duke hits it. It's blocked, but it goes straight down. Point for the Lady Colts. It's 19-16. And now here comes Sadie Shoemaker. She'll check in for Alicia Kramer. Mia Lopez checks back in for Morgan Voss on the Lady Colts side. Unity gets in formation, and Sadie Shoemaker grabs the ball. Her team up by 3. Up and over. Sail to the right, off Houston. Houston to Housewright, to Gunning. Gunning into the back row. Nobody there on the back row to pick it up for Menden, and that's going to be a kill for Gunning and a point for Blue Girls. 17-19. Madison Hall coming up the serve here for Carthage. Up and over. Sadie Shoemaker's got to dig for it. Gets it back over. Gunning on the back row attack. Lopez gets it up to Berry. She tries to set for Cody Duke, who has trouble tipping it, and she's going to step over the line. Berry got it close up to the net, just a little bit too close for Duke to handle. Toes go over the line. Oh, excuse me. They're going to say that's a point for Unity. Maybe a play in the net. We saw Cody Duke stick over, but it's going to be a point for Unity. Maybe girls up in the net. It's 2017. Here comes battle up in the net. What a play by Earhart and Duke as they were able to man it over. Gunning serves it over. Earhart with the set for Duke. Duke up and over, and that's going to fall. A big kill for Cody Duke. One of the biggest of the game, and it's 21-17. A lot of back and forth play up there at the net. The officials just letting it go here late in game 2 as Sailor Berry gets the serve. To Housewright. Housewright to Gunning. She'll have to play it back over. Sailor Berry picks it up. Earhart with the set for Duke. Duke hammers it into the back row, picked up by Madison Hall. What a play by Housewright. As she got it over, but Peyton Earhart able to play it back on that right side where there was no one there. A tough play by Lainey Housewright to get it back over, but Earhart a little clever, and it's 22-17. Berry with a serve. Into the back row, a little bit of trouble for Robinson. Gunning on that kill. What a hit by Sailor Berry will dig it up, and they're going to say that's going to be a lift by Madison Hall. A big hit by Gunning. What a save by Sailor Berry. 23-17. Lady Colts 2 points away. To Hall. Hall to Housewright. Housewright up to Gunning. That one's going to sail just out of bounds. 24-17. 1 point left to go. Game point, match point, sectional point for the Lady Colts. Up and over. Tough play. Housewright is able to get it over, and that's going to go out of bounds. And that's a winner. 25-23. 25-17. The Unity Lady Colts are sectional champions. They'll wave goodbye. And a good game to the Carthage Blue Girls. We don't believe there is a sectional plaque here, unfortunately, as the ISA is dealing with some issues financially. At the regional, the girls were awarded a lovely paper plaque. And that's going to be all. We want to remind you here, you're on the post-game show here live on Central Illinois Sports, brought to you by Illini Community Hospital, serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services from primary and specialty care to emergency medicine. Illini Hospital is here for you to serve you and your family. Well, folks, what a game and what a rally here by the Unity Lady Colts, who trailed 20-12 in game number one, were able to close things up and take a 25-23 win. Got an early lead here in game number two, as Lindsey Bueller is going to get some photos here with the team getting ready for what would be, we hope, a sectional plaque. Maybe they'll order one at some time and get it called in. Seth Klusmeyer, Elise Speckhart out on the lines there. And a fantastic game played by both teams here, as this will wrap up the 2021 season. And, of course, the Lady Colts will finish with a record of 14-1 and a sectional championship to boot here for the 7th grade season. We are going to call it a day here. My name is Brian Shoemaker. Our thanks to Diane Gordon-Kircher running the camera here tonight for Central Illinois Sports. And we thank all of you for watching alongside. We urge you to continue to support these kids in their athletic and academic endeavors as they continue to maneuver through the challenges of COVID-19. And we'll call it a wrap here tonight. Once again, we are very happy, very humbled, and honored you chose to join us for this special presentation of volleyball. We will see you again. This is a Central Illinois Sports production.